Well, let's catch up with Ross, who is in Rome, and we've got this meeting today. Ross, are the pundits there expecting any real progress?
Well, we'll talk to a pundit in a moment, but the view that has been told to me, expressed to me, is that by the end of the week we will have a Monti-led government. The question is how strong will the support be from all the different parties? And so for a view on that, I'm now joined by Gianmaria Bergantino from Bank Insinger Beaufort. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Gianmaria. We should get a government out this week. Is there any doubt that he won't get a large support, a large majority?
Well, what we see at the moment is that Monti is really struggling to make all the parties have a common idea of what will be the new government to apply all the reforms that the ECB are asking us.
So the issue here is what will he get? What sort of reforms will he get support for? Do you sense that he's going to have problems moving it beyond just what was voted in the stability budget last week?
Yes, that's the main point, because just a technician government that will have to make all this kind of reform will not be seen by all the politicians. So Mario Monti has to intermediate between all the parties to have the larger consensus on which kind of reform he can do it.
Okay, so if you were gonna outline your best case for what happens by the end of this week, what is it going to be?
Probably a government made by technicians and also politicians from the two big parties we have, so PD and PDL, to join together and to make all this change in our policy.
Is it going to be enough?
Yes, for Italy it will be enough.
I mean, in terms of the what they can then implement to turn around Italy's fortunes and restore confidence in the debt markets.
Well, what also we already show in the new reform law is really enough to stabilize the situation. The problem is that at the moment the confidence on Italy is really low, but if we move toward that way, I think that confidence will rebuild.
And we saw yields yesterday were coming down at the beginning of the session. Towards the end of the day, the 10-year BTP's yields was back up to 7% after being at 6.3%. Was that, in your opinion, a vote on what was going on here in Rome as we begin the discussions, or is it as much a view on Angela Merkel coming out and saying, reaffirming that they are working on plans to leave the euro? Because it's contradictory from her to say on the one hand we can do everything to keep the euro, but on the other hand if there is a possibility of you leaving, which seem to be against each other.
Yeah, yesterday what we saw in the market was really strange, because first there was this lack of confidence of Mario Monti new government because it takes too long to create a new one. Then Angela Merkel said that on the other hand she will do everything possible to maintain the euro alive, and on the other hand she said that she doesn't want Eurobond to create to make it. And also yesterday we saw that the president of European Bank said that it's better to sell BTP on the market because it's too risky, and it was really a risk of spread the crisis all over Europe. So there is really contradiction about what we saw yesterday on the hand and what really other institutions are doing on the market.
Yeah, and that's the contradictions in which you were telling me earlier the speculators can make hay. Thanks very much, Steve, for speaking to us this morning.